you say women dressing in revealing attire is not at all about female empowerment.
My concern is when we talk about these things, there was a great comment in the audience from someone who was younger that said, you know, we should have the freedom to dress how we want. We should be able to choose that. Yep, we should. Unfortunately, we live in a world where we don't have that kind of equity right now. And so the empowerment is sort of, it's at the individual level. You get to make that individual choice. But what ends up happening is that we replicate the same old stereotypes about what it means to be an attractive woman. And those stereotypes really are derived from male pleasure. It's how can we make ourselves desirable for men?
Yeah, but that may not be where someone is coming from. Like
No,
you say,
it's
that's
not.
not where you're coming
I
from.
know you are not thinking that by
yeah.
any means. The problem is we can't make that choice in this bubble. We don't live in a bubble. We live in this broader world.
Okay, go ahead. Say your name and go ahead.
I'm JC. I had a situation actually back in July. I was on an airplane and I was about to board, and then a lady inside working the airport came up to me and she said, do you have a jacket on you? Can you cover up?
This is what you were wearing, right?
Yeah, that pink shirt. So she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go grab you a shirt. Well, you sit here, you can't board the plane.
Did they say what they thought was going to happen if you got if you got on with that on? Did they think there was going to be
she's like, you can't board the plane.
a riot or something?
Yeah, right? Like, I don't know.
Were you allowed to board?
Yep, because no one else had an issue with.
Okay, nobody had an issue. But
no one else.
Okay. Now, Nikki, you've always gravitated towards showing more skin.
I have always. So actually, that's an interesting point to say. I have always, because I remember being a child and wanting my shorts or my skirts to be shorter and my shirts to be tighter. It's like a look and a silhouette and the proportions of my body that I've always vibed with. And I think this conversation of desirability, there she is. This conversation of desirability at the top of this conversation is a valid point, but also I think the fashion girlies do dress for the girls and the gays.
Yes. I just don't like it being conflated with empowerment, as if being able to dress half naked anywhere we want without suffering any consequences that just have to do with context. All of a sudden, that is going to be the advocacy that we take on for equality.
But we've been
that is
seeing
not
this,
going to work. But I don't like being,
media.
and nobody's trying to show you their body parts all the time
Look
when
at
you go
our
to the
media
grocery
and
store.
how
Well, I see it all the time.
hypersexualized
Don't
we do
look
with
at it.
celebrities, you know? Look at magazines,
It is
TV
my
shows,
Right,
movies.
the media, yes,
It's been around
I
for
need
a
to
very
jump
long
in here.
time.
It's just
there was a
don't call it empowerment in that way without recognizing very real that that's an individual level empowerment, that is extremely white middle class privilege.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.